Hello learners! This is Teacher Kimberly and welcome to my channel. Halina't makinig at matuto ng mga pamamaraan at konsepto sa mathematics sa aking tutorial video. At kung bago ka pa lang sa channel ko, huwag kalimutang mag-like, share at subscribe. Pindutin din ang notification bell button para maging updated ka sa mga susunod kong video. Good morning, grade 9 students. We are now in the quarter 1 and week 1 of the school year 2022 to 2023. And our topic for today's tutorial is all about illustrating quadratic equation. Learning objectives. In this lesson, you are expected to first, define a quadratic equation. Second, write quadratic equation in standard form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. And lastly, identify the real numbers a, b, and c. So what is a quadratic equation? A quadratic equation in one variable is a mathematical sentence of degree 2 that can be written in standard form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, where a, b, and c are real numbers and a is not equal to 0. So in quadratic equation, gumagamit lang po siya ng iisang variable at yung tinatawag dito na degree 2 ay meron siyang exponent na 2. At yung a, b, and c naman ay mga real numbers at dapat hindi maging equal to 0 ang value ni a. Mga halimbawa ng quadratic equation. Number 1, x squared minus 5x plus 3 equals 0. As you can see po, merong exponent na 2 yung first term. Number 2, 4m squared plus 4m plus 3 equals 0. Number 3, t squared minus 7t plus 6 equals 0. Number 4, 9r squared minus 25 equals 0. And number 5, r squared equals 5r. Tandaan, sa standard form, ang a dapat ay laging positive real number. So baka kayo ay nagtataka kung bakit quadratic equation pa rin ang number 4 and number 5 na examples kahit siya ay hindi naka-standard form. Okay, sa number 4 na example, we have 9r squared minus 25 equals 0. So siya po ay quadratic equation pa rin, but in the form ax squared plus c equals 0. Since ang bx dito o yung tinatawag nating linear term ay equal to 0. At ang number 5 naman ay still quadratic equation but in the form of ax squared plus bx equals 0 since c is equal to 0. Ang tinatawag dito na c ay yung constant term, yung number lang at wala siyang kasamang variable. So, ang number 5 ay quadratic equation pa rin, pero in the form of ax squared plus bx equals 0. The standard form of the quadratic equation is in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Kung saan, si ax squared ay ang tinatawag nating quadratic term kasi meron siyang exponent na 2 or in degree 2. And ang bx naman ay ang tinatawag nating linear term. And ang c ay ang constant term or yung number lang. Finding the values of a, b, and c of the quadratic equation. Remember po na ang values ni a, b, and c dito ay mga real numbers at dapat ang value ni a ay hindi siya equal to 0. For example, x squared plus 5x plus 10 equals 0. Okay, paano po natin dito hahanapin ang value ni a, b, at saka c? Okay, so in x squared, siya yung tinatawag nating quadratic term. At ang numerical coefficient dito ng ating quadratic term ay siya ang magiging value ni a. So si x squared, meron siyang numerical coefficient na 1. Kaya si a ay equal to 1. At ang 5x naman dito ay ang tinatawag nating linear term. At dito din natin kukunin ang value ni b. Ang numerical coefficient dito ng linear term natin na 5 ay siyang magiging value ni b. At for c, ito ay ang tinatawag nating constant term. So dito sa ating example, ang constant term natin ay ang 10. So, ang c ay equal to 10. Another example, number 1. X squared minus 5x plus 3 equals 0. So, kukunin natin ang value ni a, b, at saka c. Ang a ay equal to 1 since si a ay nagmumula sa quadratic term. At ang numerical coefficient ng ating quadratic term na x squared ay 1. At ang value ni b ay equal to negative 5 dahil si negative 5 ay ang numerical coefficient ng ating linear term na negative 5x. Palagi po natin dapat isama ang sign ng integers. And ang c naman o yung constant term natin ay equal to positive 3. Number 2. 4m squared plus 4m plus 1 equals 0. So dito naman, ang value ni a ay equal to 4 at ang value ni b ay equal to 4 at ang constant term natin ay equal to 1. Number 3. t squared minus 7t plus 6 equals 0. So, the value of a is equal to 1 at ang b ay equal to negative 7 at ang c naman ay equal to positive 6. And number 4 example, 9r squared minus 25 equals 0. So, the value of a is equal to 9 and b is equal to 0. 0 siya dahil wala naman tayo ditong linear term. And ang value naman ni c or the constant term is equal to negative 25. At number 5 example, r squared equals 144. So the value of a is equal to 1 and b is equal to 0. c is equal to 144. Ngayon, paano naman natin isusulat sa standard form ang quadratic equation? Tandaan na ang standard form of the quadratic equation ay in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Okay, for example, 2x squared minus 3x equals 25. So as you can see, hindi siya naka-standard form. So ang gagawin natin, una ay dapat nating mai-equate into 0 ang equation. Meaning, kailangan nating ilipat ang 25 papunta sa kabilang side. Okay, ngayon, kapag ilipat na natin yung 25 na constant term papunta sa kabilang side, magiging 2x squared minus 3x minus 25 equals 0. Bakit po naging negative si 25? Kasi once we transpose o transfer any integer or variable into the other side, nagpapalit po ang kanyang sign. Kung dati po ay siya ay positive, kapag siya ay nilipat sa kabilang side, ang kanyang sign ay magiging negative. So, yun po ang nangyari kay 25. So, the quadratic equation na 2x squared minus 3x minus 25 equals 0 ay naka-standard form na po siya. And the value of a is equal to 2. b is equal to negative 3, c C is equal to negative 25. Saan nagmula si A? Si A ay galing sa numerical coefficient ng ating quadratic term na 2x squared. At ang B naman ay nagmula sa ating linear term o yung numerical coefficient ng ating linear term na negative 3. At ang C dito ay siya yung constant term natin na negative 25. Another example, 7x squared equals 1/3 x. So as you can see, ang meron lang tayo dito ay ang quadratic term natin na 7x squared at ang linear term natin na 1/3 x. So paano natin siya i-rewrite into its standard form? Okay, ang gagawin natin, ililipat natin o itatranspose yung linear term na 1/3 x papunta sa kabilang side. So magiging 7x squared minus 1/3 x equal 0. So kung dati ay positive si 1/3 x sa kabilang side, nang nailipat na natin, naging negative na siya. So that is the standard form ng 7x squared minus 1/3 x equal 0. At ang value naman ni A ay 7, si B ay equal to negative 1/3, at si C ay equal to 0. 0 ang value ni C dito dahil wala naman tayong constant term. Another example, 6x squared equals 9. So, dito naman sa ating example number 3, wala dito ang ating linear term. Okay, so ang gagawin natin, ililipat natin si 9 papunta sa kabilang side. So, nakasunod siya dapat kay 6x squared. So, magiging 6x squared minus 9 equals 0. Bakit siya naging negative 9? Kasi nga, nilipat natin. Kaya nag-iba yung kanyang sign. At ang value naman ni A ay equal to 6. Ang value ni B ay equal to 0 since wala tayong linear term. At ang value naman ni C ay equal to negative 9. Okay, example number 4. 8t squared plus t equals negative 6. Okay. So, dito, kompleto ang ating quadratic term, linear term, at the constant term. Pero, hindi siya naka-standard form. So, ang gagawin natin ay ililipat natin yung negative 6 papunta sa kabilang side. So, nakasunod na siya kay t. So, magiging 8t squared plus t plus 6 equals 0. So, bakit siya naging positive 6? Kasi nga, inilipat natin si negative 6, kaya nag-iba or nagpalit yung kanyang sign. Naging positive. So, that is the standard form. And ang value naman ni A ay equal to 8, si B ay equal to 1, and C is equal to 6. So, bakit po si B ay equal to 1? Ibig sabihin po niyan, ang ating linear term na t, meron siyang numerical coefficient na 1. And that is the value of B. Example number 5. The quantity of 2x plus 5 times the quantity of x minus 1 equals negative 6. So, as you can see, ang equation na ibinigay sa atin ay naka-factored form na siya. At para ma-rewrite siya in its standard form of the quadratic equation, kailangan nating gamitin ang kilalang FOIL method. Si F dito ay nag-stands for the first term. O stands for the outer term. And I stands for the inner term. And L stands for the last term. Yan ang tinatawag nating FOIL method. Okay. I-apply na natin. So, in the first term, we will multiply both the first term, 2x and the x. So, 2x times x, the answer is 2x squared. And next, outer. Meaning, imomultiply natin yung first term dito natin na 2x to the outer term na negative 1. So, 2x times negative 1 is equal to negative 2x. And inner term. So, multiply both the inner terms. 5 times x equals positive 5x. And last term, that is, we will multiply last term to last term, or positive 5 times negative 1. So the result is negative 5, and just copy equals negative 6. Okay. Now we will combine the like terms negative 2x and positive 5x. So as you can see, they are unlike sign, meaning tayo ay magpo-proceed to subtraction or magbabawas. Kaya siya magiging 2x squared plus 3x minus 5 equals negative 6. So we subtract 5x and 2x, the answer is positive 3x. Kasi mas taas ang absolute value ni 5x kaysa sa 2x. Then, ngayon naman, ita-transpose na natin o ililipat si negative 6 papunta sa kabilang side para ma-equate na natin siya into 0. So, magiging 2x squared plus 3x minus 5 plus 6 equals 0. Another, let us combine the like terms negative 5 and positive 6. So, unlike sign pa rin, kaya tayo ay magsa-subtract. So, 6 minus 5 equals 1. And the standard form of the equation ay 2x squared plus 3x plus 1 equals 0. At kung kukunin natin ang value ni A, B at saka C, si A ay equal to 2, B is equal to 3, and C is equal to 1. Now, let us think about this. Consider the quadratic equation 3x squared minus x plus 5 equals 0. What is A in the equation? Okay, ang tinatanong dito ay ang value ni A sa ating quadratic equation. So, A is equal to 3. Saan nagmula si 3? Siya ay galing sa ating numerical coefficient ng quadratic term na 3x squared. Another question. If A is equal to 0, will the equation still be quadratic? Of course, the answer is no. Kasi nga, dapat ang value ni A sa quadratic equation ay hindi dapat maging equal to 0. Another question. What is B in the equation? Okay, ang tinatanong naman dito ay ang value ni B sa ating quadratic equation. At tandaan, si B ay makukuha siya sa value ng ating linear term. And dito sa ating equation, ang ating linear term ay si negative x. So, B is equal to negative 1. Another question. If B is equal to 0, will the equation still be quadratic? The answer is yes. Quadratic equation pa rin siya, pero in the form of ax squared plus c equals 0. Next question. What is c in the equation? Okay, ang c naman dito ay ang ating constant term, and the value of c is equal to 5. If c is equal to 0, will the equation still be quadratic? Of course, the answer is yes. Kasi quadratic equation pa rin siya, but in the form of ax squared plus bx equals 0. Ang nawala lang ay ang value ni constant term. That's all for today's tutorial, and I hope you enjoy and learn from my lesson today. And please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell button so that you'll get updated for my next video. Thank you for watching!